that even listen. I kept all my problems and kept my feelings hidden, yeah. And I put the blame.
What's up, YouTube? It's Demirius Charm, and I'm here to do story time. The only reason why I'm doing this story is because a lot of people keep asking me to tell my story. And I feel like this is my chance to tell my story, maybe to the world. Okay, guys, I'm back. So, the only reason why I'm telling this story is because a lot of people is asking, and I feel like this is my chance to maybe tell it to the world, or to tell it to people that won't take it as a joke, or that's gonna understand the pain that I felt and do still feel. So, I was 12 years old. I was a preteen, and I had a cousin. We always had a bond, but she was always older than me. While I was 12, she was 17, and she had a boyfriend. And when I say boyfriend, I don't mean a normal boyfriend. He was older than her, and she was basically half his age. My cousin had her first child with this man. And I'll say when she was about 2 weeks postpartum, she asked me to spend a night with her. And my mom confirmed and said yes, I could spend the night. However, she didn't pick me up. She sent him to pick me up that night. And when he picked me up, he asked me if I wanted to go to the hotel with her, him, and a baby. And I said yes, because I'm thinking like there's gonna be room service, Wi-Fi. You know, I'm excited for all of that. Or I'm gonna be swimming, all type of stuff like that. So when he pulled up to book the room, I went in the room because I'm thinking he's gonna go pick her and the baby up, and then they're gonna come back together. And that's how our night was gonna go. But when I went in the room, he came in the room behind me, and he said, "Don't tell nobody." And when he said that, I'm thinking in my head, like, why is he saying this? What do he mean? I felt a little confused. So he starts to come close to me, hug me, trying to kiss me, and I say, "No, I don't want to do this with you." And when I said that, it's like he's not taking me serious. He's smirking off. I don't know if he was drunk, but that's still not an excuse to sexually abuse a child. So, I said no several times. I even screamed, but it led to something else. You know, I couldn't really stop him. I tried everything I could. So, it happened. I don't want to really get into detail with everything because I don't want to think about it like that. Like, I'm just here to tell the story. But yes, he did take everything from me. He took away my virginity without my consent. He took away my first time, you know, like think about when I would get married, the first time in my life, or if I would meet somebody that I love and I want to give myself away. He took that away from me, like, so after he repeated the same thing, he was like, "Don't tell nobody." And he threw money at me on the bed. Like I'm some sort of prostitute or something. Like, when we was leaving out the room, I threw the money in a dumpster. I don't even want the money or none of that, guys. Like, I was just hurt. My mind was on what I'm going to tell my cousin, how I'm going to tell her that I'm bleeding, how I'm going to tell her what happened and what this man did to me. You know, I'm trying to figure out a way to tell her I'm scared. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do at this point. So, he bring me to where my cousin was that night. And they didn't stay too far from where the hotel was, but it wasn't like down the street. When I walked in, he kissed her and hugged her and, you know, pretending to be normal, pretending like he didn't do anything to me. I wanted to taste something so bad. I went straight to the bathroom. I sat on the toilet for a while just thinking. I didn't know what to say to her, like, or how to tell my story. After that, it's like I kept it inside for all those years. I pretended like this man didn't do anything to me. But that doesn't mean that I didn't try to tell the people that I love. I tried to give them hints after hints. I tried to let them notice something was different with me, that something had happened to me, that this man was a monster, but my family didn't see it. And the reason why I think they didn't see it is because I feel like no one really paid attention to me. Nobody really cared about me. That's just how I felt all my life. And that really brought anger. That really made me a different person. Changed my personality. That really, I basically matured from pain, not from age. So, after 8 years of keeping everything inside, something told me it's time to tell your story. I decided to write a story, send it out to all my family members so they could read it, because I didn't really feel comfortable telling them face to face, especially my mom. So I decided to send out the story to everybody. I was getting responses like, why you didn't say anything? One of my aunties said, men do stupid things. Are you okay? One of my aunties said that when my mom and my auntie argued once, I remember she said that I wanted the D. And that really hurt me more. Like, are you serious? A 12-year-old little girl wanted the D from a grown man? How my mom reacted, my mom cried. She blamed herself. She also asked why I didn't tell her. My mom apologized for not knowing. She apologized for that happening to me. She felt so bad. She felt so guilty. She felt very, very angry towards the guy, towards my cousin and my auntie. The thing that really got me is that people was trying to play like I'm not the victim, like I'm not the one that was the child, I'm not the one that was sexually abused and handled like that. Like, and I understand my cousin, she have kids with this man, but if you have somebody that you have kids with, and you know that they sexually abused a young girl, would you trust your kids around this man? I'm not judging nobody. I can't make decisions for nobody. But it's like, people are being selfish. Like, they not thinking about other people's feelings or not thinking about their kids' protection. None of that. I did tell my dad. I did tell my dad, I spoke to my dad about this, but I didn't get into detail with him about everything. But I did tell my sister everything. I sent her the story and I told her she can share it with him. And it really hurt my daddy. It really did, like, just like it hurt my mom, because even though we didn't have the same type of relationships, they're both my parents. They both felt like they should have been there, or why I didn't tell them. But what I had to make them understand is that, like, I wasn't mature enough to tell my story. I was afraid, I was scared. You see, like, look at what type of family members I have. Look at the people, they don't care. They don't even believe you about anything, guys. Like, I once told my auntie that her boyfriend tried to sleep with me and give me money. She did not believe me. And God knows I sat there and told the truth, y'all. Like, that's another thing that hurt me. Like, it's a lot of things that hurt me in this family. Like, that's what made me the way I am. That's why I stay to myself. I love them from a distance. You never catch me at any events. You never catch me really like being close to anyone in my family. Like, and if any of my family members are reading this and we don't talk every day, I still love y'all. I just can't do it. Like, I cannot deal with that toxicness. I have my own family now. I have kids. I don't want nobody messing up my peace or none of that. Like, I just can't do it, guys. Like, y'all always looked at me different, always try to judge me, always wanted to paint this image of me, and y'all don't really know what happened to me until I came out and I told my story. Like, you cannot blame me. Like, the climax of this story is that my cousin admitted that she knew something had happened. The man had did something to me. She just stayed with him because she needed his money. She needed his transportation. She didn't want to live with her mom, and she didn't have nowhere to live. So that really hurted me, guys. Like, because I feel like family is not family. Like, I feel like they'll put a man before you. They'll put material things before you, whether you're killed or raped, anything. Guys, I just keep my distance from my family. I love them from a distance. Like, I can't hold this grudge forever. But, like, I just can't be around people like that. That I know that don't really care for me, that will not ride for me, that don't understand what made me the way I am. I don't think I could continue on with this story, but that is what happened. That is how my family reacted. Saying stupid things like that, not taking it serious, not really being there for me.